Hello everybody, this is Frogman and welcome back to Ultimate Alchemy. We're going to work on episode number 10 today. Today's probably going to be a little bit of a convoluted mess because I haven't quite exactly decided how I wanted to do things, but I realized that I don't have a whole lot of time to get an episode out, so I better get it going. In between episodes, I have gone ahead and crafted some of the necessary parts that are required to make Ender IO auto item conduits, because item conduits are pretty easy to get. We can look at, where are they? They are right here. The pulsating iron ingots are very easy to make. They're makeable in the smeltery using molten iron and resonant ender, and resonant ender can be, just as we've already known, smelted down ender pearls in that, and of course the grout and all the things are grout, the conduit binders and whatnot, the stuff that goes like that. I have also been working on a couple other things. So I made a magma crucible so I could make some destabilized redstone, which we will see for in a little bit why. And I have been working on milk. Why am I making milk? Well, we're going to need milk eventually. So milk, we actually need milk for several different things, but that's going to be for a later date. But I've just been kind of playing around. Milk is made in a fermenter using sugar and some of the protein soup that we currently have, because we were making protein soup for I believe the netherwort and the mushrooms. So I have a little bit more around on that, and I need to have some of that so that I can make some other things. I also set up a little bit of an automation system here for rotten flesh, which rotten flesh is pretty much you take netherworts and you put them into a compost bin from Actual Additions, and over a little bit of time it transforms the rotten flesh, or the netherwort, into rotten flesh. So I let that run a little bit just so that we could get a little bit of rotten flesh, because I wanted some leather, because I needed some leather for other things. So while we're thinking about those other things, I'm going to make the thing that I wanted a couple episodes ago as of first, so that we can start thinking about it. Plus I would like to come up here and talk about some stuff. So what I wanted to make in between, or actually I haven't done it yet, is the sash, or the Sojourner Sash. Sojourner Sash is pretty simple. It's just a rune of air and a rune of earth and a mana steel ingot and some stuff. So, and I already have some stuff up here. Awesome. So I need a rune of earth and a rune of air, which I'm getting a little bit low on those. I'm going to have to make some more. Sojourner's Sash. Thank you very much. That will get us a slight speed increase as far as being able to move a little bit quicker, which is great. All right. A couple of changes have happened up here. I have since we got the Elven Portal opened up, made a few Elven mana spreaders. I also went ahead and made some velocity lenses for the spreaders. So both of these two spreaders have velocity lenses on them. Velocities just help to empty the mana spreader faster, but it also shortens the distance at which you can shoot things. And because of that, I added a bit more endo flames in and a couple other things, but just stuff like that. So with the advent of the sparks, at least as far as the sparks in the Elven Portal, we get spark augments. Now, augments are a very good way of being able to tell your mana where you want it to go. So, as far as the feeder pools, this is a feeder pool here. I have a, where is it? I have a, I think it's a recessive. It should be a, no, it's a recessive. A recessive, recessive spark augment will basically take any mana that is in this pool and push it out of that pool to other pools with sparks on them. Now, that's wonderful, because that means I can use this as a feeder pool. It means that I eventually can read or measure the amount of mana that is in on that pool and tell this whole system when to stop, so that we don't overflow systems, which is fine. That's great. We don't need to worry about it right now because we're trying to fill a bunch of pools, and I'm trying to fill it with that many endo flames. It's going to take forever to get done. So on this spark and these two sparks is a dominant spark, and a dominant spark is made with a rune of fire and same old kind of thing. What a dominant spark does is it actively tries to pull mana from adjacent mana pools that have mana in them with sparks on them. So it's going to attempt to keep this pool and those two pools full at all times, which is great. That's kind of one of those things. As soon as you get the Elven Portal opened up, that's what you do with your sparks. Now, I know we're going to be playing a little bit of Botania. Botania is one of my favorite mods as far as magic mods go. There's a lot of really good stuff in it, and there's a lot of really nice things to use. So even a couple of things over here. The floating pure daisies, I have converted them over to floating pure daisies because I wanted to be able to do something rather silly with them. There are many ways to get various things, and one of the recipes that you can get with a pure daisy is snow. So if I fill this whole area up full of water and I give them a hand, come on, get it all done, you can get snow from them, which snow is going to be something we will need eventually. Well, this is nice to know. Now I know I can get snow. What else can I get over here without having to do anything else? And this is completely, totally automatable with the stuff that we have. So if I grab all these snowballs and I convert them back into, where I missed one. Where are we missing a snowball? We take a snowball and we put all these guys back into snow, like so. And I hold it over this pool, that gets me ice. Now I don't need ice right now, but I did go ahead and already fix the hole that we had over there. So snow is something we're going to need a bit of later on. It's not something that I need exactly right now. I've already made a little bit of it as it is. So the project for today that I was kind of discussing a little bit is that the whole reason why I'm even messing with Botania, and yes, I know there are other ways of making gunpowder. The whole reason why I'm messing with Botania right now is because of gunpowder, because we can get it from flint. Very, 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 very cheaply and quickly, because it's flint's just gravel, as we know, or anything like this. Now, yes, I know I can get gunpowder from pulverizing, where is it? Pulverizing fire charges. Fire charges are charcoal and this stuff. I understand this. I know this. That's fine. That's great. That's wonderful. I have to craft things. Plus, that takes time. When I get this system set up, this is going to make gunpowder as fast as I can pour flint into a pool like this. So, the idea is going to be today, and I don't know why I keep flying around, is we're going to try to work on automating a little bit of that process, because I also want to work on getting rid of some of that processing system in my workshop. So, we have a couple of extra parts here, so let's grab this out and take a look at it. I have another alchemy catalyst, which I think we're going to place him right here. We're going to put that down. We're going to put a mana pool over the top of that. Now I'm going to take a open crate from Botania, which is just basically a dropper that actually works, and we're going to put a hopper on either side of it, kind of like this. Now, I am going to, for now, and this is the for now system, going to put 2 chests down on either side of this thing so that we can see what we're doing. I am eventually going to replace both of those chests with some ender chests. I just have to make sure that I get a couple of things set up. So, while we're talking about sparks, let's go ahead and get this. We're probably going to have to move you, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this mana pool filling up. So we're going to put a dominant spark on him, and it should fill that pool up rapidly. So we got that guy there. We're going to go ahead and put the open crate back. So yeah, unfortunately can't see the spark, but that's fine. How I'm going to work on this system, and I need these right here, is that I'm going to use a hopper hawk that I have converted into a Petit hopper hawk. And a hopper hawk is just a redstone root, a rune of air, and some more petals. Redstone root's pretty simple. Rune of air we know how to make as far as the rest of this goes. And what this thing's, I've converted this one into a Petit hopper hawk. And a Petit hopper hawk, you just take a regular hopper hawk and you hold it over one of the mana pools that has the alchemy catalyst on the bottom of it. And what that does is it makes the range of it a lot smaller. A normal one would reach clear over to here. He'd almost get into that. I just want him to work right in here. And then I've got 2 item frames. 2 item frames, which of course we needed the leather for. These are the filters for the hopper hawks. This is going to be how I am going to filter out the output over here. So we should have a little bit of gunpowder, and I don't think I have any sand. So let's go grab a little bit of sand. And while I'm in here, I'm going to grab part of this system. I don't need you anymore. I don't need you anymore, and I don't need you anymore. Thank you. So that took care of all of those. We just lost everything that was in those things. That's awesome. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to take this item barrel here, and we're going to put it on that side. So I want to put the gunpowder over here, and I want to put the, where is it? Did I not get any sand out of that? That's awesome. Great. Give me a piece of sand. Down here. Thank you. One piece of sand, please. Back up to here. One piece of sand. Okay. So that now this thing knows where to put things as they come into the world. So, how are we going to control this system? Well, I'm going to control this using structural ducts and redstone relays. If I can put this down on the chest, please, and on the hopper, thank you. On the chest, on the hopper. Redstone relays have the ability to do a comparator output. And I can have them work at a threshold. So right now it's sitting there as a threshold of 0. So I want to say at about a negative, or a plus, anywhere between greater than or equal to 8. I want you to output a signal, full-on signal. And on this one, I want it to relay power reading off of that channel. So the red channel here, red channel here. So if I had a regular comparator out here, you'd be able to see that certain things are going to be working. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sand. And sand in this system is made with cobblestone. Cobblestone barrels should come out of here. That should start dropping here just a second. Now, why are you not working? Why are you not working? Did I not set this up right? Hello? You shouldn't be having any kind of power hit you. What's the problem? Did I not set this up right? That's an open crate, right? Yeah, it's open. Oh, you know what? I've got this messed up. Hang on a minute. Let's not do this. You are not happy because I set that thing so low, aren't you? Let's fix that problem. Wrench. Probably not happy because I put you too low. Huh. Yeah, because that's in the way. Alrighty then, we'll just do this. We can just stick it up a block. Yeah, the only problem with open crates is they have to have an opening to the bottom. But that's okay, no big deal. We'll just do a hopper on this side and a hopper on this side, and then we'll do this again. So that, and that, and that, and that. And now, like I said, just to prove it, I can toss that in there, and we should just be making sand at a pretty reasonable rate. And it's based on the fact that that hopper is really slow. If I had something else to dump it in there, that would definitely go a lot faster. But that's fine. That's exactly what I want to do. So while he's doing that, we're going to go ahead and put our relays back down. Did I just turn that? No. Did I turn one of them? I did turn that one. Okay. So again, I want you to be a comparator signal on a threshold of 8 right there, and then I want you to just take the signal that you're going to get and, have it output. So red on red, red on red. So if I put this, where did my barrel go? Up there. That should start making sand. So if I take this and turn this down about right there, or maybe even less than that, we're now doing that. You should stop. Why are you not stopping? Output, output, threshold. You should be outputting. Do these not work on this? Oh. Hey, you know what? I'm stupid. There we go. Red put output. There we go. Whatever. Output. So as we can see, it stops. So if I go ahead and set this guy up a little bit more, he's going to sit there and run and make all kinds of annoying noise until it gets that chest about half full of this stuff. And we can definitely help that thing out by just doing that. So that's part of the process. That's what we're going to do as far as creating sand for the majority of the base, because I'm just going to be continuously doing this. I can probably make pulverizers work a little faster, and for that matter, I can change this thing out for conduits or something that can dump a stack of items in there at any given time. But this is another one of those, this is how you do this kind of a thing. So, the next step that I want to do, and we're going to go ahead and just turn you down to like there for now, just so I don't have to sit there and listen to it, is gunpowder. So we want gunpowder to do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put one of you down and relay output power threshold, and we're going to set that again to about 17. Well, just put it at 3 or 4 for right now. And we're going to put that right there, and this time make sure it's on output. Smart, just great, smart. Now, this is going to require us to craft flint and craft flint if we want to. Now, there is another way of doing this. We can do this as far as playing with Botania. I can definitely do it with Botania, but I think for right now what we're going to do is we're going to use a mechanical crafter up here on top of this hopper that is going to craft flint. So that's going to do that. That should start crafting flint. And I need to get away from that thing. It's going to be a little slower because we're at the rate at which this thing crafts flint. Whoops. There we go. Pick up your stuff. There you go. There you go. Go ahead. Oh, come on. Give me that flint. Get out of the way. Anyhow, there we go with that. So that's what's going to happen here is this guy's going to slowly over time work on this. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to either decide to craft the gravel out here or craft the gravel somewhere else and bring it to it. Now, there is another way that I can make gravel, and the gravel can be made or duplicated using a, let's see, catalyst. I need the conjuration catalyst, which this can duplicate gravel, and it can duplicate many other things like coal, lots of the other things that we're currently making in a different fashion, and it's going to duplicate gravel in a kind of a cheap recipe. And we can do that now that we have this, but for right now this is kind of what I wanted to get going. So we have all this little process going on. I think the next step I want to do is go ahead and remove that thing and bring it down to the actual process that we need. So I need 2 of these, and I'm going to mark this as a yellow. Grab you 2 guys. Thank you. There we go. And I'm going to replace this one. Whoops. Please don't pop off. It did. Dang it. Give me my ender chest, please. Thank you. And I need that plus this plus I have a mess in my inventory now. Where is my item frame? Go. And sand. Make a nice mess. Get it over with. Clean it up. There you go. Should have cleaned that up or shut something off beforehand, but either way. So now I have a chest that's full of gravel or full of sand, and we can come down here now and take this ender chest and put it back on top of this system up here. So that means I don't need that ender chest anymore. If I can get up here and get it broken. Thank you. Ding. So you need to go on top of that, and if I look in here, if I grab some of that, you should pull those out and start crafting the stuff up. So wonderful. So we'll just put this back in that chest. Now we have a readily constant supply of this kind of stuff. So that's awesome. And got rid of some of this little process. Now this is going to be some of those things that's just going to end up staying around for a while. We're going to have to mess with it. So I can, for that matter, pull the gravel off of, I think, this one and put it into an ender chest if I so feel the need for it, and I probably will end up doing something like that eventually. Why am I doing that? Well, the reason why I am doing that is because I want to be able to craft something else. So we're going to put him down right here. And I want my bag of holding, thank you very much, and grab a couple of these. Because what I want out of this, if I can get some of it, is I want you to start crafting the next fun thing, which is gunpowder, TNT. TNT we need for various things. So I am going to always active on you and insert always active on you, and insert, no extract, extract, always active. So that should start putting the gunpowder in this thing, or the gunpowder and the sand in this guy, and we should be good to go as far as that's concerned. And I probably need to put a limited item filter. I think there's an item filter on these that we can do. Limiting item filter somewhere. Yeah, limited item filter, which is an advanced, which is a Z-Logic controller, which is a zombie head, which I could actually go craft that right now, I think. Let's see, can we do a limited item filter on those? Because the limited item filter is a Z-Logic controller, which is a zombie head, which is a skeleton head, which is a bone block. I can do bone blocks. One bone block, 2 bone block, please. And I need a couple of these rotten fleshes. And let's see, limited item filter is a Z-Logic controller, which is 2 zombie heads, which is a skeleton head, which is, where is my chisel? I think this will work. Or does it have to be full? No, it doesn't. Good deal. All right. This, that. This, that. And a limited item filter is an advanced item filter. We got plenty of paper. 2 limiteds. You need 2 redstone comparators, which means I need some of that. And some more redstone and some more sticks. Thank you. So, limited item filter comparator. That's just to make a bunch of those. Thank you. And you should have enough to do that. So, limited item filter. Thank you. 2 of those. Excellent. And that should keep us from filling this thing up. Now, I can do these with other stuff. It's just one of those, let's not worry about it. So, insert. I want you to just keep this and this in here. Hey, right there. Limited item filter. I want you to keep that and that. And I think it'll just stop putting that in, right? Whoa, what did I do? Hello, game. Well, that's cool. Looks like I crashed the game. We'll be right back. Okay, so we got that sorted out. I don't know what I did. I think there's something about shift clicking something out of an inventory when you have one of these going on, especially if you've got a full inventory that causes a game to crash. So just for a notion or a notice of that. Anyhow, did get this sorted out, and basically all I have to do is come in here and add the limited item filters into the inputs or the outputs and set the amount that I want in here. So I have that set up on both sides now, so it's just going to sit there, and as you can hear, it occasionally goes nuts a little bit because we finally have the threshold set where I want. But basically we're making TNT, not necessarily for free, but pretty close. So I do need to go ahead and get some method of gravel production up here for this, but that is not a major problem. I just went and grabbed a bunch of the compressed stuff that we had in the base, and that is going to sit there and craft TNT for us for a little bit. So that's nice. That's exactly what I wanted. Said TNT is a thing that we are going to need to be able to get the drops of evil. Drops of evil are things that we are going to need for industrial grade evil, which is going to allow us to make wither skeleton skulls. And that is going to allow us to do a few other things, like we could run another star generator at that point, or ender resonators, or stuff like that. That's the direction that I'm going with that. There's also other reasons why I want that. So that's kind of the reason why that block is there and that block is there. So since that broke on us and we still have a little bit of time, I think, I want to work on some of the next step. I'm actually going to go ahead and put these parts pieces like that back and that back, because there's a couple other things in here that we're going to mess with on another day. Boy, that's really annoying, isn't it? Let's go down here. So I was working on another process, which is I was working on milk. And milk, as I think I discussed earlier, is pretty easy to do. Milk is just sugar in a fermenter with, again, some type of mulch and protein soup. Now, there's something else I want, and that is eggs. Eggs are egg yolk in a smeltery, which is an alloy of protein soup and milk. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of that. I would like a good number of eggs. And why do I have copper in here? Oh, whatever. We'll just put that right there and clean that out later. My buckets. So a bucket of protein soup and a bucket of milk should make an egg. Or at least egg yolk, which it is. Good. So let's go grab a couple more of those. One of those, two of those, and one of those, and two of those. That will make us some egg yolks. Now, I have no idea how much this is going to make, so let's just see what happens. I'm guessing it's like 1 bucket per egg, or, well, we already got 3. Good. Sweet. How much is in here? So we made 6 whole eggs. Awesome. That's really great. That's what I wanted. I need another bucket. Do we have any more buckets sitting around spare? We do. All right, cool. Well, then, 1, 2, 3. And do I have the stuff here that I need to do the next thing? Probably not. So let's grab a little bit of this. Thank you. Stack, please. Some of those would be great. Need to get these guys going and automated soon, too. And a cake. Cake requires sugar. Well, let's make some sugar. Sugar is actually better to be made in a centrifugal separator because you get a little bit more sugar out of it that way, but whatever. Cake should be that recipe. There's 1 cake, and I would like at least 1 more cake, if we can, please. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Another cake. Awesome. 2 cakes. Sweet. And I can start probably trying to cheese the egg thing if I really feel like it. We can probably try to get a chicken or something out of that process, but I'm only going to need a few of these. So I think now that I've got all that set up and done and a few other things going on, the process is going to be, we're going to continue to kind of play around with that a little bit longer. I have 1 more process that I want to go ahead and do on camera, and then we're going to start doing a little bit more cleaning up of this mess. I want to get rid of this and maybe some of this stuff over here and start thinking about a little bit better storage system. So anyhow, guys, I think that's going to be plenty long enough, especially considering I had the technical difficulty. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.